So welcome back everybody to my reboot progression series. This is week 32 and as you saw I just got my hands on a Ruin Force shield that is only equipable by the demons, but for us it would be a nice collectible if we were to keep it. And this piece of equipment is actually, getting me to get rid of a lot of the junk that I have in my inventory. I'm sure if I were to open a ticket with Nexon, they would replace another T-Voice monitor in my inventory if I wanted it, right? But to be honest, I'm probably never gonna use this equipment, so I'm just getting rid of all of this. Even the Frozen E-Ref Brilliant Secondary. I would never use this. And also the shield and all the other stuff here, the level 1 stance shift ring, whatever. I'm just cleaning up because I was crafting a bunch of meso rings in order to basically get ready. Wait. I'm gonna keep the Kaiserium because I can liberate this, right? And I've never done the quest, so I guess I should keep this. But yeah, as for the rest, I can just get rid of it. Especially, the beginner equipment. It would be nice to anvil this over something, right? But to be honest, we can't anvil an overall over the top and bottom. So, without overall, we would never use the rest. So, yeah, let's get rid of the Ruin Force shield. And yeah, the only other item, are these Ocean Glow earrings, which you can buy from the Oz shop in the future, so there's no point in keeping these around. Then, there was the helmet. I could keep that, right? But to be honest, I'm not even into anvils, right? I don't anvil my gear usually. So, why would I keep this around, right? I mean, I see why I would anvil the earrings or face and eye accessory, right? If I'm using the same equipment for damage gear and drop gear, right? It's nice to have one anvil so you can tell them apart easier. But besides that, there's really no point, so... I'm just wondering, can I craft another meso ring? No, I'm all out of primal essences now. So yeah, we have a couple, and I hope this will be enough to 22 the damage meso ring as well as the meso drop meso ring that I'm using. Just because I really need the damage to grind. I really need it, and I do want to grind with full meso gear at least. And this one item drop meso combination piece puts me above the required like 67% item drop rate together with a wealth potion, of course, in order to get a meso sack every time, etc. Keep farming. And yeah, that's the goal basically. Keep farming mesos while getting as much EXP as is possible. And yeah, I've been grinding a lot now, and I don't intend on stopping as of now. Like, I want to be 280 at least by New Age, and I'm probably 280 in like 3 months from now, so we will basically see what's happening after that. But anyways, the first week of Savior is already gone and we are fully into the event, right? And it's now time to distribute the event rewards that I got from the first week. Mainly, right, the Magnificent Growth Potion, and I got the Chuchu Island set here. I'm gonna, open this soon, I guess. Whenever I'm attempting a hard boss, I will wear this. Just, the extra stat, it's worth it. And we have the Vak pad, which I'm not really sure if I want to use on any of my characters. Probably not, but why don't we, start off by doing some Legion work here. So I can claim the first reward here, which is a Growth Potion Selector, and I could claim another if I were to buy the Season Pass, Battle Pass, right? But honestly, I don't think it's worth it you know, outside of the mag potions, right? Oh, right, mag potions. These would help my Legion, right? And then maybe the symbol selector coupon. Give me another 8 days of Odium dailies for free? It's alright, right? But 40 bucks? Nah, that's a little tough. So, tough sell. Let me just put this into storage and then we get to leveling up our Legion. Alright, and let's get the mag potion here and get this guy to 246. Very nice. And here we are on my Pathfinder, which is currently called Expo Soga because, you know, this was supposed to be a marksman, but you know how it is with job changing, etc. I probably played the Pathfinder up all the way. So this guy is 202 already from, you know, EXP tickets and whatnot. And now he's to 10 and will contribute much more Legion power. So let's take a look at our Legion here. 8867, and here you can also see my new 250. We got this guy up to 250 in the last episode. Next up would be the Thunderbreaker, right? And if we were to buy the Season Pass, this would be an easy 250 in Savior, but you know, I'm not 100% sure if I'm not gonna buy the Season Pass. Don't hold me to this. But I'm not planning to, at least. So, yeah. Let's get into the episode here. 276. Pretty nice. 83 billion mesos in the bank. I just activated the music again. It's such a vibe, man. I love this music. Alright, so nothing really happened this episode so far, so let's try Sea Gloom again, right? And it's not gonna be just a try, we are going to clear this fight as well, because I'm doing post-commentary again. Because I have cleared this fight, and during the fight, you know, I didn't really say anything. So I thought that it might be useful just to go over the fight with you together. Exactly the same as we did before in week 26 when we first really tried to clear this boss. We didn't really try that much since, because I wanted to just focus on grinding as much as I could just to reach Odium, and now, you know, that the Legacy EXP is announced, I wanted to grind as much as is possible just to get as much EXP as well as mesos that we can make until Shining, right? So, we've already missed something here, and that is at 29:16. And by the way, you know, I'm doing the recording over YouTube again, so if you want to check out this run, right, you can check the video description. It's gonna be here, because I'm bad at doing YouTube, to be honest, so bear with me with this one, right? I know the quality of the video is probably gonna be a little degraded, but you know, this is the best that I can do, and I don't have a better solution for this right as of now. So anyways, 29:16, I fire out, or like I throw out an attack just to trigger Fatal Strike to have that up during the first opening. Timing Fatal Strike is somewhat difficult, right? In other bosses, I would just, you know, throw out an attack before I enter. So 30 seconds after I throw the attack out, I get the Fatal Strike attack effect, which is just a bunch of damage. And in Chaos Gloom, since the beginning of the fight is always going to be the same, right? You can time Fatal Strike to line up with your burst. And since the Fatal Strike window is 2 seconds long and Rapid Throw is basically also 2 seconds long, you can time it that the whole Rapid Throw basically is enhanced by Fatal Strike, which is massive, right? So here I try to do the same, which is why at 29:17, 16, I throw out my first attack, and now I know, okay, 30 seconds from now Fatal Strike is gonna trigger again. So other classes, you know, if your first skill that you throw out that damages the boss is already part of your burst, you don't have to pre-trigger Fatal Strike, right? But since the Dominion buff is a damaging attack, which gives me a buff for 30 seconds, that already triggers Fatal Strike. So I have to pre-trigger it once, so it doesn't trigger when I use when I use Dominion here while buffing up. So also Dominion, our buff that gives us a lot of damage for 30 seconds, not only attacks the mobs or boss monster and triggers Fatal Strike, it also gives us an iframe. So I could have used the eye opening here to buff up beforehand. So push my buttons from 8 to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And, you know, as soon as I hit the 3, I get an iframe for like 2-3 seconds, and I can just tank the tentacle here. But in this case, I didn't do that because I wasn't 100% sure why when the eye opening is gonna happen for the first time. If it's happening, you know, 29:05 or 29:10, because I just didn't really remember, and I kind of went on the boss fight, you know, on a whim, right? So I ended up just, you know, up jumping, floating a little bit, and then buffing up, which, you know, is not optimal in this case, but is, you know, what I went with. So I push all my buffs and I get bursting, right? And this is basically not Fatal Strike, but this is Rapid Throw, right? The big star attack right here. And I did not manage to time it properly with Fatal Strike here. So you will see Fatal Strike proccing in just a second here. Bam, there it is. And now for 2 seconds, you know, I do massive damage, but I already threw out Rapid Throw, so there's not much benefit to it. But that's completely fine, right? I know I have enough damage, and I don't need to be stressed for damage. And I say that because this part right here, after the tentacles disappear, the eye is still open, right? So you still do 100% of your damage, so you can still attack here. Although, you know, the laser, of course, it one-hits you, so you gotta be aware of that. So how do I do it here? So I see the tentacles are disappearing. I, you know, get or fall down to the ground, and I keep attacking for a little bit, and then I jump to the right because of course the laser is gonna spawn. It's gonna suck me to the middle, right? And I have to get out of the way, right? But I keep attacking here, and then I see, while I'm jumping to the right, I see these debris here, and as a Nightwalker I have two options right here. Either I just trigger my dark side and stay in dark side, right? Because once I trigger dark side, there's a cooldown on it for a couple seconds, which can mess you up really badly. Or the alternative is to manually triggering dark side is using shadow dodge trigger dark side, right? So once I use shadow dodge, that is, you know, the back step, which puts me back a little bit. When I canceled a throwing ability with it, I get put into dark side for a couple of seconds. And that's exactly what I use here in order to avoid getting stunned by the debris. So let's check that out, right? I jump, turn around, and immediately cancel it because I wanted to make sure that I'm still in dark side. So one more time. Attack, shadow dodge, and then I assess the situation here, assess the debris, and I told myself, okay, if I start attacking here, I'm gonna leave dark side and it's gonna be really risky. So instead of starting to attack and abusing the shadow dodge trigger dark side, I just end up manually pushing dark side, which will, you know, override. Even if I'm in shadow dodge trigger dark side, I am now in real dark side. And once I leave this state, I will have cooldown on the skill and can't use it anymore. So my small panic button would be gone at this point. But as you saw, there are a bunch of debris here at once. And after I shadow dodge this one, I know if I up jump here, I can use this dark side and clear these two debris. And I think I do that, right? No, no, I don't do that, but I go for another shadow dodge, cancelled attack. And then I see even more debris and I'm like, okay, no, I don't think I should continue to attack here because it's super, super risky, right? The laser is happening, etc. And at that point I say, okay, never mind, I'm out of here. I push dark side and I'm safe. You also hear the sound, which is the dark side trigger. So listen in on this. You can barely hear it because the laser is happening and it's making a lot of noise, but you can make it out if you know what you have to look out for or hear for, I guess. So here, I jump up, I see, okay, there aren't a ton of debris coming, and I decide to attack again. And the thing is, when Nightwalker attacks and I'm standing at the right hand, like right on the edge of the screen, right? My main attack will not make it to Gloom. Gloom's hitbox just isn't fat enough, right? So I need to get sucked in a little bit, and then my throwing stars will do damage again. So let's see how I perform this here. I don't think it's gonna work out that well. So no, I threw out a couple of stars, but the laser was already disappearing, so the eye is closing. The extra throwing stars that I threw out here didn't really matter, right? But why did I go for it? Because all my buffs are running, right? So if, I were to use a magnifier here, and you see in the top right corner, this is Dominion, my 30-second damage buff, and this is my Shadow Partner buff, also on a 3-minute cooldown, also what gives me a lot of damage, right? And since these buffs were running, I wanted to maximize them, and that's, why I played a little bit risky here. But it's good practice, I would say. If you feel safe doing it, you can really add a lot of damage. So, this being said, the eye is closing and my buffs are running out. And my buffs are now running out because I triggered them this late, right? So if I were to go 30 seconds back here to the beginning of the opening, right? I could have buffed up roughly right now at 29.5, the message pops up and I know, okay, I just need to press 8, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. And then I have iframe, I up jump, I press, my will skill, so my spider skill, put down my Greater Dark Servant, and I start attacking. This is what should have happened, right? To maximize the eye opening time here. So now, I should have buffed up already. And as soon as I land here, I could start doing damage already. So I messed this part up, right? But I know I don't have to play 100% on point here if I want to clear, right? Because I was at that point 2 months ago. So it's fine, I can stay calm. I know I can make these mistakes, and as long as I'm not dying, it's fine. It's completely fine. So, yeah, after attacking, right, my dark side is gone, so I take a couple of debris to the face, but it's completely fine. And now I'm basically waiting it out until the next opening is happening. So one more thing that I want to speak on, you can see my Greater Dark Servant is chilling here in the air, and that is because after I summoned him, I moved him again. If I don't do that, as soon as the tentacle disappears, so the platform under him disappears, he will despawn if I don't move him. That's just, you know, one of the mechanics. So in this fight, it's crucial that you summon him and then port him once in order for him to, like, stay. So next opening. Second opening is always gonna be the same. I put on my servant again and start attacking. I still have my spears running at the beginning, right? You can see the spear effect. So I still have somewhat good DPM and I should make use of it during that opening. So whenever debris falls on top of me, I use Shadow Trigger Darkside and I'm fine. Here, since my main buffs weren't running anymore, and I actually forgot to downcast my Greater Dark 7, so it's gone here, you don't see it anymore. I'm like, okay, I don't have to push myself. The first, test, the first opening didn't go that well, so I was still thinking about it, right? It was taking up mental space, so I wasn't feeling confident in attacking here. So that's what happened here. So if I go back a little bit, you can see my Great Dark Servant is here. And I'm pretty sure I didn't downcast here or move him. So boom, he's gone. So this is another mistake that I made here. Alright. Next opening. I don't have my spears up, I don't have my other buffs running, and you see the gauge in the middle filling up, right? And that means I want to force darkness right now. I want to force it. Why do I want to force it? Because it's the easiest to deal with during the test, during the tentacle phase, because there will be stuff on the ground, and if you jump around on the tentacles, you are less likely to get hit by it. Sometimes the tentacles spawn in a weird pattern where the monsters that are being spawned on the ground will be able to hit you. For example, here in the middle, if I were to stand around here, the mobs that will spawn on the ground will be able to hit me 100% of the time. I think even all the way probably here, but definitely not here. This is a little too high up. So that's something to make note of. Especially, when I'm moving around, I try to maximize my time on the higher platform here. Although, you have to jump around a lot, so it's not as obvious. Here, I attack in order to get hit by this debris because I want to make the darkness phase happen earlier than I want to make it happen now, right? I don't want to wait for it to naturally occur. So that's why I attack. But that also means that I put my dark side on cooldown here. If you're gonna check it out with the magnifying lens again, here you can see dark side is what I have on A. It's now on an 11-second cooldown, which is horrendous. So what I should have done is I should have taken either a debris a little earlier, or I should have left dark side manually a little earlier before the tentacles spawn, so I can get hit by debris and immediately enter dark side. Now it's a little bit risky, right? For me now, I'm having to deal with this like any other class without dark side would have to deal with darkness. So let's see how I do it. I go to the left and I try to stay calm. Unfortunately, I immediately get hit by a stun ball and I know I'm, at a third of HP, which is really, really bad. If you're unlucky at this point, you can't do anything. The thing that you can do in order to be safe is you can not really see it, but in the bottom right corner on end and page down, I have my two cleansing skills, the will skills. So I use one of them because that ensures that I won't be affected by stuns. So I think I'm pretty sure, okay, I can take another debris, but as soon as I take the status, I'm definitely dying, right? So I cast the will skill for a little bit of safety because I want to survive this darkness. And I start jumping around. You can see already here at the bottom, it's filled with the mobs that hold you in the ground. So you can't really stand around for too long, and I just have to jump around. And I managed to get into dark side even. And this is, besides the opening to this darkness, it's somewhat well executed. I see, okay, I have to use the will skill, I do it, and then I just wait until I have my dark side up. Use it, you heard it, and at this point I'm very confident that I'm gonna make it through this. So, tentacles disappear. I don't up jump and blink immediately because I saw, okay, there are mobs coming, but they aren't there yet, so I have a little bit of time. So I go for a second jump basically before I start blinking. So one jump, I see, okay, I'm clear, don't have to push blink immediately. Then I blink up, and at this point it's super safe. Darkness is over. Perfect. Even though, not perfectly executed, but we didn't lose a life. We didn't, lose our door, right? Which is the most important thing for now, because we can't even lose a life. So, next opening, and until this point in the boss fight, this is always going to be very, very similar. For me, at least, right? I'm a 3-minute class. For the 2 first openings, I have my buffs running, right? The first opening is going to be the big one. Second opening, I still have, some DPM in me. Third opening, I want to go into darkness, survive it, and take it from there. It's, always going to be the same until I'm doing a lot more damage. So, and by that I mean until I'm able to get Gloom to 60% in these 3 openings, because at 60% you get a double opening. So as soon as, one test ends, the second test is gonna start immediately. And that happens at 60, 40, and 20, I think. So let's check it out. So, like I said, it's the 4th opening, right? So, exactly, 4th opening. And here, my earlier misplays come back to bite me, actually. So, what I could have done is, after up jumping, I could have immediately entered my burst, but you see that, the minion is still on a 5-second cooldown here, as well as, my second or third Shadow Palm. So, I can't really buff up immediately. I'm already starting to attack because the minion just isn't quite up yet. And if I would have casted it earlier the first time around, I would have had it up here and I would have been able to make more of this test as well. So, especially in the future, when I can get Gloom down to 60% with this opening, there's a lot of potential to deal a lot of damage here. I see that. So unfortunately, I forgot to downcast my Greater Dark Servant here. So it disappeared. But I'm still, not super demotivated. And since I survived that darkness so well, I actually, got the confidence to attack Gloom here. And you see, I'm not standing at the very right side of the map. I'm moving in a little bit and attacking Gloom. So let's, take a look at that again. And also, at this point in the fight, I'm completely disregarding Fatal Strike. It doesn't matter to me anymore. It takes up too much brain power to use it. So, unfortunately, I do get hit by a stun ball, but it doesn't really matter anymore because the laser was about to end anyways. So I wasn't sucked in at all. So here I should have up jumped, right? But it's okay. Since we are in dark side, the debris can't hit me, so I can be chill about this. Here again, okay, just attack. And then as soon as I have my Great Dark Servant, I cast it, and here you saw me also downcasting it because I want to make it stay, right? I probably noticed in the fight that in the previous opening during the test that, oh, it despawned, I have to downcast it. And here I was mentally ready. You can see this animation here. This is the teleporting animation. downcast, boom, happy, ready to DPS. So I think with optimized play, we could have already been at 60% here. Pretty sure. Here, this was super close. Very badly played. I just hit Shadow Dodge too late there. And, that's what can cost you here. One mistake during the laser phase, boom, you're dead. So, yeah. DPSing is very risky during that. But you can see my Greater Dark Servant is hanging around now. So if I wanted to DPS during the laser phase, it's okay. I would have done a little bit more damage. So here I see, oof, I'm getting close to darkness. At this point, I don't have a fixed strategy anymore, right? I just didn't really plan ahead here. That's why I triggered the darkness also so late, right? I probably just noticed the darkness meter once I jumped up here. And then I'm like, okay, I have to take here. Take. I have to take even more. And you can only take 4 before you die. Which I did not pay attention to. So I'm like, okay. I walk back because, of course, I have cooldown on Dark Side now. So I can't re-trigger it immediately. And unfortunately, I walk into a debris. You see the resist here? That's me losing my door, basically. So, boom. And then I can enter Dark Side and be safe from there. But unfortunately, I lost because I wasn't paying enough attention to it. Again, I could have mitigated this death exactly the same way we already went over. Manually leave Darkside a little earlier, so it already is on cooldown, and then once you took enough debris in order to enter darkness, just immediately enter Darkside, and boom, you've done it. So, here's another opening, and the compounding effect of activating our burst later and later starts to hit here. I take a look at the percentage here. I see, okay, it's at 71%, and I just, try to burst it and try to force the second opening. So, here again, I forgot to downcast Greater Dark Servant, so it will disappear. Boom, it disappeared. Ah, no, the double opening is at it's at 70 and 30. I think I said something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said something else earlier. Like even now, I'm not 100% sure. So, anyways, the double opening happened, and my spear buff is relatively long, right? So I still activate the rest of the buffs and just go for the DPS, even though unfortunately I lost my Greater Dark Servant because I didn't downcast it. I still go and do the damage here because I don't want to have, the 3-minute buffs out of sync. Then, it doesn't make any sense to have your burst desynced from one another. So in Nightwalker's case, the spear buff is 90 seconds long, and the rest of the burst buffs are 30 seconds long. So you can activate spears one opening early, and it still works itself out, right? But you have to use the other burst and during the next opening, otherwise, you're gonna be out of sync, which is terrible. It cannot happen, right? You have to sync them again, and that means you basically lost 2 minutes of the boss fight, right? So I go for the full damage here, even though I know, okay, Great Dark Servant despawned, but it's fine. I can still do damage, and here I actually attack really well during the laser phase. This is exactly how I want to be doing it all the time, basically. I got a lot of hits in, and I can be proud of that opening, or like that laser phase. So, alright. This, is kind of an awkward spot. So here, I could decide to just, take the debris and trigger the darkness. But like, I'm not doing that right here, and I think it's the proper decision not to. Although, it's always a little bit spicy. I took some debris on accident, and now I'm getting closer to the darkness, and I'm like, ooh, hopefully it's not gonna be happening during, the usual boss fight phase outside of the test, because that's really difficult to deal with. But now, it looks like, yeah, okay, we got it in the bag. During the next opening, we have darkness and can just deal with it. It's not gonna be an issue. At least, that's what it's looking like to me right now in this moment, right? Not sure what I thought about when I was in the fight. So again, especially if I were to deactivate Dark Side and I do the up jump into Blink, even when a blue ball hits me during my blink, I'm not gonna fall down immediately. I can finish my blink and then safely fall down. See, I'm like, boom, okay, I jump into 2 debris, trigger darkness. And again, I use the will skill because I'm not in dark side, so I want a little bit of extra safety. And unfortunately, I was outside of dark side too long, so I should have used the other skill as well. But I haven't memorized the duration of safety basically that it gives you, right? Because then I would have not been stunned or knocked back by the debris. My jump would have gone through, and boom, I'm in safety. But unfortunately, that's not what happened here. So let's talk about what actually happens when you die in this boss fight during darkness. So during your death, the darkness gauge, it will not go down. So you always have to be completely 100% dialed in. You have to know, do I revive immediately and deal with the darkness, or do I wait a little bit? Generally, I would say you want to revive immediately. Generally, but there are exceptions, and these are not even rare exceptions, and you will see one later. But in this case, as soon as I die, I need to know, okay, I have to spam okay, so I'm still in the test for, as long as possible while my darkness gauge is going down. That's 100% the goal here. Boom. I was in a somewhat clear state of mind, but since I triggered darkness a little late into the test, and I didn't click on OK immediately, we still have a little less than half of darkness left. So I enter dark side and I float up during the laser just to be safe from the laser. And then I can already see I'm reverse keyed, so I'm floating down. And I'm reverse keyed still, but the Tower of Oz practice got me somewhere. So I at least, know how to jump around while I'm reverse keyed, because you have to hold the down arrow key during this. And it can be somewhat awkward. What I should have done is, as soon as I saw, oh, I'm reverse keyed here, I should have popped the other will skill in order to not get hit by any negative effects while I'm on the ground there. But yeah, that's after the fact. I just died right in this boss fight, and I'm like, oh shit, now it's all going to be going down. So here I buff up. I have to, catch myself again. I'm a little slow at buffing up here even, but I'm like, okay. This isn't lost yet. Let's continue. Keep focused. and keep being completely dialed in, because if you're not completely dialed in, you will die in this boss. Same goes for Vihila, same goes for Darknet. If you make mistakes, they compound on each other so much. Really, 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 really well played, that laser phase. We had Greater Dark Servant out, we had all our main buffs running, so we had to maximize the DPS, we did that. Great job there. And, you know, here you can see, okay, even though I just died, right? I somewhat, you know, caught myself and I'm like, okay, I can still do this, yeah. And this is, you know, very important. I'm not really sure why I casted the Cygnus Brigade here, the skill that I have on 9. Sorry, by the way, that my skill transparency is all the way up, right? I usually play with it somewhat in the middle, but yeah. I went in this boss fight somewhat on a whim, like I said. And yeah, next opening. I still have spears going, which is nice. And even here you saw me proactively shadow dodging into the debris. Here, you can see I just casted it, boom. Ah no, here, boom, miss, okay. I'm walking towards the right and I'm like, okay, it's time to breathe. You know, my main buffs aren't running. I can take a breather. I don't have to upkeep my DPS. I can, you know, chill for a moment. And then, you know, the next opening happens immediately at 40%. So, like I said, it's 70 and 40. Just, you know, how we learned right now. But I don't really have anything to make use of that double opening right now. Unfortunately. So now I don't even have a Greater Dark Servant up here. My spears aren't running. No buffs are running. I'm like, okay, don't have to risk anything. I'm just, you know, sitting in dark side and holding the right arrow key here. Alright. And damn, I just saw getting hit by the tentacle gives you a ton of darkness. Damn. Didn't even know. But anyways, that was kind of good actually, because darkness happens as the test happens, which is absolutely fantastic. I actually, you know, enter darkness super well here because I am in dark side, and since I got hit by the tentacle, the test is happening. Naturally, right? I'm still in dark side. The debris I missed me. So this is a really safe test for me. Just have to jump around. And I don't do that well here. And the second half of the fight is gonna be a little worse. So I jump into one of the skills, I get sealed, but I know, okay, let's just keep it together. The worst thing that you can do is, you know, just stand around. So I hold, you know, and keep walking left. So here I see a bunch of these creepers here that just hold you in place. I up jump, I hit blink, but unfortunately one of them clipped me here. And yeah, let's try to see that moment when that happened. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. And now, okay, let's go to speed 0.25. Sounds amazing. Yeah, the hand opening is basically the attack animation for them. And boom, you see? And it hit me here. Up here. And that's roughly also, you know, where you get hit when the tentacles are around. So, boom. In my mind, of course, I dodged this. So, I'm not immediately meshing here. I'm still holding my blink button at this point. So, yeah, you can imagine what happens here. I see it. Oh, start meshing. I actually mesh really well, but it wasn't enough. And then, you know, you can see me touching my mouse, right? As soon as you see the cursor, I touch my mouse. So let's take a look when that happens. Volume. Bam! I touch my mouse. Dude, how long was that? 1703? I'm dead at 17.6. And I'm thinking, what should I do? Like, or no, and I'm not even thinking. I'm like, I'm stunned because I died, right? But this is not something that can happen here. I need to be 100% dialed in. I know, I need to know, oh fuck, I got left, right debuffed. I have to mash here. Okay, I will die immediately. Put my hand to the mouse, mash, okay. But that's, not what happens here. I'm like, ugh, what should I do? And since the test is over, I'm like, okay, I will just wait it out. And in this case, it's okay, because darkness is nearly over, and since we are in the second phase of the boss fight, the tests will happen more regularly. So I'm like, okay, activated, and situation salvaged. If this would have been, during the first half of the boss fight, it would have been worse because, the test wouldn't have happened this early, right? And dying to the laser in the second half of the boss fight is okay. You can wait it out here. And that's, the exception that I was talking about. Like, it's not, maybe the exception is even the wrong word for it, right? In this situation, you can wait it out. So, either way, I'm buffing up and yeah, just attacking again. And yeah, at this point, you take a look at the health bar of the boss, and then you ask yourself, okay, I have 3 lives. I think this can happen. And I'm still, somewhat confident. I have all my buffs running, which is why I'm attacking during laser. And yeah, again, I did a somewhat okay job. I didn't manage to dodge all the debris with Shadow Dodge, but at least I wasn't hit by a blue debris, which is the most important thing. So 1 tentacle, 2 tentacles, and then 3 tentacles, opening. Alright, put on Greater Dark Servant. You can see I tried to downcast it there, but it didn't go off. I just saw. So, downcasting your Dark Servant here is just something that you have to be... No, it did go off, okay. You just, it needs to be in your blood, right? So here I know, okay, I don't have the minion going. I still have spears, so it's still like somewhat worth it to attack during the laser. But I'm like, okay, I can finish this fight without having to maximize my DPS. So let's play it safe. Let's play it really, really safe. Because, 15 minutes, the boss is at 20 something %. Alright. We can finish up in the next 5 minutes. That's basically what that says. And here I play horrendously. And this was what nearly killed the complete run, because this brought me so out of sync. So again, what happens here? The opening is happening. I up jump, and I feel like I up jumped a little too early. That's why I don't know why I turned around and used Shadow Dodge. That's the wrong thing to do. But then I hold down Blink, but I think, oh no, Blink didn't go off. And then I release Blink, I fall down, and then, I just die. So, not sure what happened there, but overall, really bad. Really, really bad. Ah yeah, and then here, of course, the up jump, doesn't cast because I'm mashing my spacebar, with, which I have the jump button on, and you can hear the flash jump going off, but I didn't input an up arrow key, so nothing happened here. Let's listen in. Yeah. This push is the jump. So, this was horrendous because I missed crucial time for the darkness bar to go up during the test. And here I'm like, oh shit, I have to get hit by balls now. And I'm like, I'm walking towards the right, and this debris didn't hit me. don't really want to get stunned, and and then I'm like, no, okay, I'm not gonna take the blue one and trigger darkness. Let's just try to make it like it is. And yeah, if I wouldn't have died to the tentacle, this situation would be completely different, right? So again, this general strategy is up, jump, and blink upwards. Even if you don't have dark side, this is still a, you know, valuable strategy that you can use, simply for the fact that during your blink you are somewhat immune to status effect, and then after the blink you can just use your will skill. So the only thing that I was aware of here after I revived is, oh shit, darkness is gonna be happening soon. How can I prepare? First of all, I tried to actually get hit by the debris, but now I'm like, oh shit, how can I prepare? And here I cast my Greater Dark Servant on the left side of the map, so as soon as the right side of the map gets too crowded, I can just teleport to it, right? And that's, what I do here as well. It's an okay play to salvage the horrible situation that I found myself in. I use the will skill, I teleport, and for me it's just, okay, I up jump to the left, because the 99% tentacle hit, it just happened. And then I jump up to the right, and as I'm jumping up on the right side, the other tentacle will hit. That's roughly what's happening in my mind here. Up jump again, and then no, one more time, and then it happens. I see, okay, I have to up jump this tentacle, go right side again, mash out, and we did it. Okay, let's take a look at that whole sequence, because as you can see, I'm blinking and test is happening. Very, very bad. So Start of Darkness, I'm at least, aware enough of putting down my Greater Dark Servant to move me around. What I should have done is, as soon as I finished up, on the left side, I should have teleported to the right side again. So here, up jump, fall down, teleport again. But I mean, it worked out in the end, right? Unfortunately, I got clipped here. But since I outmaneuvered the black mobs, it was somewhat okay. And this was super close. I could have lost another life there. Just for the simple fact that I died to the tentacle opening, it ruined all of my gauge management. It nearly cost me 2 lives there. But, unfortunately enough, that wasn't the case. And here I'm like, okay, let's keep attacking. That's somewhat ballsy looking at the amount of lives, but I do it well as well. You can see me dodging the blue debris. And I even think in the moment, right, okay, this was super close. Attack, attack. It was super, super close. And I'm not doing a good job here because I'm standing all the way on the right side. So I move in a little bit. And we get another opening. So it's 70, 30, and 15. Either way, start attacking again. I know at this point, okay, we have a good shot at clearing this boss fight right now. Let's get it done. And again, I attack during the opening, and here, yeah, I do it well, and I'm like, okay, I don't have to stress it. I just, jump to the right, enter the real dark side, and just chill. I can just, wait out my burst, and we will be successful here. At this point, you can already see, okay, next opening, I have to 100% go into darkness, because otherwise it's gonna be after the test. And yeah, it's too late at this point, right? I have to take several debris, and I'm like, okay, never mind. Let's do a mini burst. So I use, my art skill. I'm not even sure. How was it called again? Last resort, exactly. And just rapid throw, because, these two skills are on a 90-second cooldown. It's the first mini burst that I do in this fight. And of course, darkness still gets triggered, but it's actually, now that I think about it, it was an okay play to do that here, because I left Darkside, so it puts Darkside on cooldown, and I start rapid throwing, which puts me in rapid throw triggered Darkside. So I am safe for the moment from debris. And at that point, I actually, I have Darkside up again. I can use it. But yeah, this is super late, so I know I will have to deal with darkness during the opening, and unfortunately I get clipped again. But honestly, my meshing skills, damn, on Monday they were insane. But yeah, unfortunately, still we weren't able to quite pull it off. So I know laser phase is happening, right? I just blinked, so I don't have blink right now. So I up jump, and at this point, I can't move left because laser is happening. I can't move upwards because, the mobs are here, and, they're gonna debuff me. But I have to do something, right? And either you die instantly to the laser, or you just deal with these guys. And I'd rather have them trigger their effects in the air than on the ground. What I'm not 100% aware of right at this point is that the laser is already gone at this point. I'm pretty sure. So let's, pay extra close attention. Laser is happening. And, I'm just taking a look at this pixel right here. Maybe I can see it. Nah, you can't see the laser at all. But I can see the tentacle here already. So if I were to up jump and, jump to the left, the second time around, so here, up jump, and then left jump, in this case, I would have been dead, right? Because the tentacle was coming in. But I think generally this was the safer play to do. No, I wouldn't even have been dead there, I think. But it probably was better than staying on the right. But as you saw, other classes don't even have dark side. And if you are in the situation that you have to deal with darkness during laser and then a little bit longer, it's horrendous. When the laser starts and, you can up jump, blink, float, and then darkness is over, everything's fine and dandy. But as soon as, the darkness continues for 5 to 10 more seconds, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. So, and this is a macro skill that you have to apply here. You have to manage the gauge properly, which in this case I didn't do. So, right, in order to prevent what happened here, right, we need to go all the way back to this stage. Okay, I know. Wow, there's an opening happening, and the opening is happening, only after 3 tentacles or 2, like, however you want to look at it, right? So I would need to leave Darkside and take debris here already. But I didn't do that. And now, we could have already been in darkness by this time. So anyways, we die. And again, the question is, do I revive immediately or not? But since I died so late after the laser, I know I can just wait it out. I can wait it out and wait for the next opening. I see the message pop up. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And then I start attacking. I see I have 17 more seconds until my burst is coming online, right? I'm not really sure if I should be attacking here because, I'm still in darkness for a little while, right? So I'm like, nah, never mind. Enter dark side, jump around. And at this point, darkness is over. And we could continue to attack here, but I know, right, I don't have my Greater Dark Servant down. I don't have any buffs running. And if I leave Dark Side here, it's gonna be on cooldown for like 10 seconds. And then, you know, something could happen, right? So the safest play is just don't do anything. I just hold down the right key. And, you know, this is my victory walk, basically, because at this point I know I did it. There's no gauge, and I just need to wait for one more opening in Darkside, right? So I think that does it for this explanation, and I can leave you with my live reaction of this. But yeah, be aware, I had my other headset on, so I needed to change headsets first, etc. Right? So there's some noise going on. But here I go. Give me the headset. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Oh! Oh, let's get in there, man. Okay. Damn. You have to be 100% completely dialed in order to get this fight. Oh my god. Oh. I knew I had it in me after the buffs, but it's so difficult, man. It's so difficult. After shining, this is gonna be a lot easier, and then I am sure that I can do this consistently. But here, man, keeping it together for more than 20 minutes is so hard. Like the first 10 minutes, easy peasy. But after that, yeah. Damn. Okay, let's summon familiars. And we are missing Holy Symbol. Exactly, 409. And let's get our red pot back, right? Here we go. Oh, we got an Umbra box and another weapon box. Oh my god, we might actually Star Force our weapon to 19. The game wants this to happen so badly. Alright. That felt nice. That felt so nice. I gotta take a break now. Step away from the computer for a minute here. And that leaves us here on Tuesday. I just logged in basically, and yeah, I wanted to take a look at my symbols here. I maxed Esfera right before I went into Gloom yesterday, and today it's time to max out the Mora symbol. But before I get to that, I wanted to show you, one thing that you can do. If you are a fan of using the daily quest button here, right? You can actually adjust which quests you want to be notified about. And now, right, I don't need to be notified about the Esfera research orders anymore, right? The Esfera daily, because I've maxed the symbol, right? So what I can do is I can open my quest tab and just go to available quests, enter Esfera, and this is the daily, and I can just click disable notification, close it, and now it will not pop up in the first quests here anymore, and I can just, accept the usual dailies and get going here for the day. So I just got done with my dailies, right? And yeah, here are my Mora's symbols, which I only needed 5 of. And yeah, level 20. Now we can add the Mora's daily to our exclusion list for the daily quests, right? Just Arcana left, and now that, the jump quest is a weekly, I also do it now. Just to speed up the progression of the symbol slightly. Damn, I'm super glad that, you know, the end is in sight when it comes to the Arcane Force symbols. And I can't believe that, you know, this whole process is only going to take 3.5 months in the future, you know, coming New Age. That's super nice. Also, you can claim or, you know, start your daily quest through this daily quest window, and you can also finish them through the same window, which is super nice if you don't want to, you know, go through all the areas yourself. And yeah, my inventory space is becoming less and less. Ah, here we go. Here's the other Arcana quest. There we go. But it's alright. It's alright. Coming Shining, we will remove many of these items, hopefully. Anyways, I wanted to take a look at my Sacred Force symbols, right? So we are at 150 Sacred Force, and the situation is that with the New Age announcement, people are grinding, and they are even grinding in EU reboot. Who would have guessed, right? So this map, 20%. Okay, I'm in channel 1. Let's pick a random one, right? Okay, channel 14. Let's take a look. 50% burning. This is probably the highest we are gonna see in this map. At least, you know, it was yesterday. But yeah, it's not so nice. It's not so nice having to deal with 50% burning. I mean, yeah, of course other servers have to deal with no burning, but come on, man, I'm used to having my burning, so. And the thing is, if I go to Theater 1, 90%. And also, the good thing is, my beds also nearly 2-shot, right? You can see here, this guy nearly died, and then, you know, these two. It's getting closer and closer. And we would need one more symbol level up in order to get there, right? Ah, the music here is so good. Anyways, we are quite far from the next level up, unfortunately, right? So we get 15 Sternium symbols a day, and we are 370 symbols away, which is more than 20 days. We get 10 hotel symbols a day, so we are 25 days away from leveling hotel. And we get 5 odium symbols a day, which means that we are 14 days away from leveling odium. Which is fine, right? I could just grind and waste 1 and take the worst EXP rate, right? But I seriously want to grind here in this map, because it's awesome. As a bite farming map, this map, the layout is so amazing. And yeah, looting this map is also like, it's, I don't know, man, it's so easy. Yeah, by the way, that's my fountain location. So yeah, and at a fountain, it's not quite one-hitting the mobs right now. So, and I imagine with a little bit of upgrading or sacred power upgrade, we would be one-hitting with fountain and 2-hitting with the bats. And to be honest, I want to make that happen. So let's take a look at what needs to happen, right? So gonna claim my coupon here, and I can receive a selector, which will give me 40 Sacred Force symbols, right? And we needed 70 for the odium. Yeah, I might have changed my opinion on this matter right here. We could wait another week to level up our symbol, right? But that would mean that I would spend another week leveling in the other map, which less burning but more meso, right? But I want to level in this map with, you know, actually the same meso if I were at a better Sacred Force level. So, yeah. It's a little frustrating, and especially since we have the prepared Spirit Pendant going, right? This is only here until the 21st of July. Which, you know, if I wait another week, we can't make full use of this. So, I should maybe consider again if I want to buy this or not. And right now, at this moment, I think I made up my mind and I'm gonna buy it. So, let me get 40,000 maple points. Let's get 10k maple points and 30k maple points. Exactly. I hope I did it right. I honestly, I don't want to have wasted that. And yeah, please unlock it. Wongstaurant use. Ah, Wongstaurant. Pass use. There we go. So let's claim both of these selectors. And yeah, also the growth potion selector coupon, I guess. All can be used within 7 days. Okay. I think Kali releases in like 2 days, or maybe even tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. So, you know, I can get Kali up to level 2 and, you know, use 8 of these potions, and then she's gonna be at 210 and gonna be part of our legion. I think that's what's gonna happen. I'm not 100% sure if I wanna, you know, push Kali any further right now, but I will see if that's worth it for me or not. I haven't checked out the rewards yet, so... Alright, yes, I want the sacred... Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip this, okay? And I can also get 10 from this box right here, so let me just do that. Sacred symbol claim. So we have 90 now, and of course we're gonna... Oh my god, I don't even have 40 inventory slots. Do I have 30? Yeah, okay. So 30, another 30, and another 30. Alright, you know, when I have Spear active, it's a 2-shot 100% of the time, which is pretty good, but I was really hoping for more. I guess, you know, we are gonna have the 2-shot as soon as we equip a real pendant again, but I'm not 100% sure if that's worth it or not. To do that now, no, I'd rather take the 30%. The rates aren't, you know, so much worse with a free shot. Yeah. I will have to think about this for a while, I think. But to be honest, I think we got a lot of things done in this episode, and the only thing that is missing is to sell the Gloom boss crystal, and then, yeah, I can basically close it out here. Oh, I lost one of my guild skills 2 minutes ago. I didn't even notice. Ah, yeah, that's also the thing. I need to rotate guild skills here, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So let's just check the crystal price here. And I was looking for this NPC, but he is not here physically. So let me scroll down. And where is it? Is it this one? No, this is normal versus healer. And I think next week I wanna try to do hard, but we will see, you know, how long it takes to play Kali, etc. Right? So here, Chaos Gloom. Chaos Gloom gives us a little more than normal healer. 10 more at 460 million. That's pretty nice. I'm wondering, you know, how much of an improvement is that over normal? So 460 for Chaos and 250 for normal. That's honestly, that's 210 million mesos more, which is that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I take it, definitely. So yeah, I'll do Ursus here now to get a little bit of more money, but we basically closed out the episode at 86 billion mesos, and I think we can get to 100 billion until Shining. That would be amazing. So yeah, let's see if I can manage to do that, and I will see you around in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys.